say you wanna get away. We don't need a plane, I could be your escape. Take you to a place.
Hello and welcome to Today with Jillian. Today I have Sherry Ricky Reynolds with me with Dream in Colors, and thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. She's a very dear friend of mine, and I'm really glad she's here today because she has an amazing cause and just an amazing a charity that she does, and I'm not only honored to have you as my friend because of just many reasons, but even more so because she just has such a big heart, and she just wants to share it with the world. I know, I'm going to make her cry before she even gets started. Am I going to be that guy that everyone cries on my show? I'm just kidding. But as you know, Today with Jillian is all about knowing what's relevant in real estate and in our community. Of course, she's all about giving back to the community and community service. So thank you for being here. And I'm just so happy to have you. So what exactly is Dream in Colors? Just tell our viewers about that.
Dream in Colors is a charity. We visit children's hospitals right now all over the state of Florida. We're in West Palm, we're in Orlando, we're in St. Petersburg, we're in Tampa, we're soon going to be in Fort Lauderdale and Miami. We go and see these kids and we just give them a little bit of time to forget about being sick. We do manicures, pedicures, temporary tattoos, just hang out and spend the day with them.
Yeah. So and it's not even just the kids who are sick; they're really terminally ill.
Yeah.
So her and a couple of her partners, and I'm even going to start going at least once a month too. And you paint their nails and you do the tattoos on the boys, and which I know some of them don't let you do it, but and you can go into more elaborative, because I've never gone yet. I will be going, but I haven't gone yet. So you can elaborate a little more on what you do for them. But yeah, it is terminally ill children, and I know the parents are very grateful for that.
We meet a lot of kids and parents, and I didn't realize when we first started how what we do touches a whole family. Like, we had a little girl in Orlando. I can't say her name because, HIPAA
privacy
rules, but we'll call her Susie. And she basically lived in the hospital for a long time. She was terminally ill, and there was nothing more that they could do. But we got to do manicures on her mom and her sisters a few times that we went and met with her. And when she passed away, it was awesome to have her mom come up to us and say, "Oh my God, like, you gave my kids memories together that were normal, and that hasn't happened in so long for Susie and her sisters." And she said that it was some of the best mommy and me time that she'd ever had with her daughter. So that to me is amazing. That's when
what it's all about.
I was like, oh my God, I have to get this in every state in the United States as fast as I can.
Yeah, and hopefully this will help.
Yeah.
So any of you viewers out there, if you want to help her expand this, that's definitely an option. So what made you start it? Besides the kids, of course, but what gave you the idea?
It's so crazy to say, but I was in the hospital for 9 days. I actually found out that I have a disease that makes the arteries in my brain swell. And it took like 9 days. I was in the hospital, and I don't know if you've ever been in the hospital for a long time, but your hair starts to get greasy and gross, and the hair on your legs is growing, and you just feel gross. It's horrible. So I had my daughter sneaking in shampoo and a razor because my room happened to have a shower, and the nurses were like, "Oh no, we can't do that right now." I'm like, "Okay, as soon as you leave, I'm getting in the shower." And I just remember how much better I felt, like being in my own pajamas and not feeling like a mess. And so when a friend of mine's niece went into the hospital, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go paint her nails. And she was just so amazing. And her mom was like, every time she looked at her fingers, she would just brighten up and be like, "Oh my God, Mommy, I'm a princess, remember? Miss Sherry said I'm a princess." So it grew from there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story too, because it's heartfelt and it's real, and most people want authenticity, and it's definitely about being authentic. Now, why do you think what you're doing is so important?
Well, like I said, it touches the whole family of a terminally ill kid. It's crazy to me, and it's absolutely. We had another kid in West Palm, and Barbara DeGiorgio was actually there with me for that one, I think. And the dad came in with the mom and 2 kids, and the sick little girl, we'll call her Susie again. Susie was there, and her sister was there. So of course we did both of their nails, the healthy sister and I can hear mom and dad sitting behind me whispering, pss, pss, pss. And all I could think was, oh my God, what am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? I'm like, well, whatever, I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. And when we were leaving, Dad came up to me and said, listen, I have to say, I don't know what makes you come here, but I hope you never stop. Their daughter is in a wheelchair. She's never going to, fully recover. They hope for the best. But he said that, he didn't want to come down there. He told his wife, no, we're not doing this. It's 15 minutes till her meds, and she screams and cries from pain. We can't do it. So here it was. He's like, now it's almost 40 minutes past her meds, and my kid is still laughing, playing. This is the first time I've seen my kids play together, laugh and smile, and I can't tell you how long. He was like, I just want to say thank you so much.
Wow.
So stuff like that is what keeps me doing it.
Yeah, look, she's getting me. I'm actually getting teary-eyed right now.
Yeah, my mouth is getting dry. I'm like, oh wow. Yeah.
Every time first time I heard her story and heard about this, because she's actually a nail tech and she had her own salon for a while, and she did princess parties for little girls and whatnot. And so I think she's always been driven just to be around children in general, and she's a great mom too. Her daughter's out there watching this, so but she is a great mom.
Hi,
Michaela. And but I just when I first heard the story, it just touched me. We were in a huge networking event with about probably 80 people sitting there, and I'm crying, and I look around the room, and there's other people crying, and it's like, and I don't even know if you realize how much you even touch people that are not dealing with any of that, so I couldn't even imagine what you'd be doing if you touch the families and what you're doing for the children and everything like that. But yeah, so her background though is in nails, and so that's even more so where the experience comes from with her, but the idea came from that story of her being in the hospital. But so how can people help you now get the word out?
The best thing, honestly, is funds. We need funds. We have quite a few businesses that actually donate to us on a monthly basis, and that helps us add new cities all the time. Like I have 4 or 5 sponsors right now, but we're an actual 501c3, so every donation is tax deductible, which is a huge bonus for businesses. And polish drives help too. Like, we have to give every girl her own bottle of polish because we don't want any kind of cross-contamination. These kids are so inundated with medicines, and just by their illnesses, their immune systems are so taxed that just a simple cold can mean a death sentence for them. So I have to make sure that nothing touches one kid, more than one kid. So that's a big thing too.
Yeah. And I know we've given a lot of polish, yes. And we've decided that we're going to be major contributors to this and her cause. I keep telling her she finally got the credit card system working. Yes, so I said, all right, I just need you to take it out of my account every month, make it easy for me. But yeah, so we're going to be contributors to it, and I want to be a part of it and everything like that. So yeah.
And people think that, like, to be a volunteer, people think, oh my God, I could never do that. I can't see those kids like that. But when you get there, you don't see a sick kid. You just see a kid. It's just a kid that needs 15 minutes to forget that they're sick, to forget about surgeries, to forget about tests and all the invasive procedures that they go through that just really suck. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Like, my eyes are watering now. I've seen some kids that, kids shouldn't even know words like blastoma and leukemia, and they just shouldn't even have to. Like I've said before, you put your kid to bed every night, and when they ask you questions like, why is the sky blue, why do horses have 4 legs? But these kids are asking their parents questions like, am I going to live long enough to drive? Am I going to ever be well again? Is my hair ever going to grow back? I mean, these are questions that kids shouldn't have to ask and parents shouldn't have to answer.
I totally agree.
So horrible.
I would even say, for the people who are thinking, I couldn't go and volunteer because I don't want to see that, maybe look past yourself, because it's not about you, it's about them and helping. And honestly, if anything, it's really going to humble you. I've been in other situations or charity things where I think I can't be involved, it's going to freak me out, or I'm going to be too sad about it. And yes, you are sad.
Yeah.
That's a fact, and it is what it is. You know, you hear the story and you're sad, yet then you know, though, you're helping in some small way, and you know you're doing the best that you can do with that type of situation. But more than anything, it's just humbling. It's a humbling experience.
And what I will tell you, in the year and a half, maybe almost 2 years that I've been doing it, it's made me, I think, a better mom, because I come home and I'm so much more appreciative of my kid and the situation that we aren't in, that the situation we are in seems like nothing. And even if you can't physically go to a hospital to help me out or anything like that, that's fine. We need so many other, you can have a polish drive at your work. I have a couple of people that at their office, they do dress down days and give us the donations. It's awesome.
Awesome. That's wonderful, yeah. And I know, you know, one of your last questions here is, where do you see Dream in Colors in the future? And I know you kind of answered that.
All over the U.S.,
yep. And maybe even internationally.
Yes,
so let's hope
awesome.
we get there, guys. But how would people be able to contribute and give back to you? Where should they go to get the information?
We have, we are on Facebook. You can find us Dream in Colors Princess Spa, or Dream in Colors. It might be now. I think I've changed it. But we also have our website, dreamincolors.org.
Yep, that's org, not .com. So,
Yes.
but you could probably even type in Dream in Colors in Port St. Lucie even and find it too on a Google search. But thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you. So
and
awesome.
I hope this getting the word out and really is going to be able to help you, because that's what it's all about. So, but thank you, and
so
we'll
much.
be right back. Hi, and welcome back to Today with Jillian, learning what's relevant in real estate and in our community. So now I have Joe Rosso here with me with D.R. Horton and Emerald Homes, which they are a local builder in the area and actually nationwide. They're very beautiful homes, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about himself, his background, and how you can contact him if you especially want to get into new home building. Actually, contact me, and then I'll send you to him.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
All right. So we both get a little piece of the pie. No?
Right, yeah. It's all about partnering and networking.
Right,
Yeah, it really is.
Especially in our business. We're
Yes.
all about partnerships, and especially us, because I love him. He's
Yeah.
my favorite person. I love him.
I want to thank you for the opportunity today. This is my first attempt at video, so is the makeup okay out there? Okay? Thanks.
The viewers love it. No. So tell me a little bit about your personal background.
Okay. My background really is, I came from a large family, a family of 10.
Oh, my goodness.
And being the oldest of 10, that really gives you a lot of experiences in learning how to cope with life.
Right.
For me, it was early on that my family, we had a business, family business, and my father lost part of his foot.
Oh, my
And,
goodness.
yeah, so
Wow.
for me at an early age, it was one of those where you were thrown into a situation where you actually had to go and learn how to work and do things. I had paper routes. I had various odd jobs, cutting grass, but it all contributed to the family. So back in the day, and I'm talking about into the 60s, those days, if you lost your job, you
Yeah.
didn't have money. I mean, you had to figure out how to really help the family. So I grew up in an Italian family where we were close-knit, so we all pitched in. And I think that's some of the values that you learn in big family is just that you learn how to be independent.
Right.
You
And it's
learn how
different
to.
today.
It really is different.
Very different.
And I think those core elements that you have, those characteristics and behaviors like honesty, integrity, are so important because they're
Very
the
much.
foundation for what we do, which is relationships. And so if you learn those early on, I think it really does a big.
You'll do well with it,
yeah.
whatever you do in life,
Yeah.
really. Especially in a customer service-based business. But
Yeah, and that's what we are, customer service. The other part of being in a large family is you're always having fun. I mean, it's like
You're never bored.
Yeah, you're
You
never
always have some
bored.
sibling
There's
to play with.
excitement. There's like just eating dinner.
Right.
I'll share one funny story. Liz, we had this routine when we would bring a new date home, and the new date would be sitting around the table with my brothers, and they would do strange things. Like we would have a cue to pass the bread. So my brothers would throw bread at the girl, right? So if she caught the bread and jumped in saying, "Okay, what else you have?"
Right.
You knew she was a keeper. But if she was like, "What are you doing, this crazy family?" You would move on. So it was sort of our.
That's so cute.
Yeah,
I love
little,
it.
Little
I
passive.
don't remember
right,
that.
Rite of passage.
With
So-
my son's girlfriends, he brings
yeah,
home.
when you bring them home,
Like,
you'll
hey.
learn that. I think the other nice thing, though, growing up, is that being the oldest, I was the one that I had first in my family to go to college. And we not that we were poor, it was different. You have 10 kids, you have resources to eat, right?
Right.
So I remember going to college. I had no idea. I got to college and I thought, well, now what?
Right.
So I had to figure out, I didn't have a lunch pass or didn't have any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I created businesses at school to help fund. I made candles.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it was kind of nice. So growing up in a large family, I think it really does add a lot to your personal growth and building blocks for life. So
that's really neat. Neat story too.
Thanks.
Something I didn't know about you. So now what about a little bit more about your business background?
Yeah.
What's that?
So business for me was, I started out early on, as I said, doing jobs and creating things, which eventually led me to in sales. I was selling shoes, ladies' shoes of all things, by the time I was 15.
Oh, wow.
So I've been selling for many, many years, and one of the key ingredients my father taught me was that it's all about the relationship.
Absolutely.
It's all about the customer and getting the customer to trusting you. And once they trust you, then they open up.
Yeah.
And then they tell you things, because in our business, there's so many people that are frightened to come in and say, oh, I'm afraid to go talk and tell you everything about my story and my situation.
Right.
For us, our biggest challenge is, hey, tell us. If you tell us, we can solve
Yep.
and find things out.
Yeah.
So for me, the businesses and being in sales, it was fun because you could have fun, get people to relax, and then tell your story. But to me, it has to be about having fun too.
Yes.
The business.
Well, I feel if you're not a people person and you don't care about problem solving and learning about people's lives, kind of being a psychologist in a way, and helping them solve problems, like being a problem solver, if you don't like that, you're not going to like any kind of customer service-based business.
You should look for something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But my personal business, I would call my professional career, started. I worked for a company called L'Oreal Hair Care.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I did that consumer products for probably about 20 years.
Wow.
And worked through, that was back in the era where ladies were really not predominant in the sales forces. It was mainly a man's world. And when I came on board, I hired all ladies. And that became the trend. You would figure in ladies' hair care, it would be all about the ladies going to sell hair care products. It was a man's world.
Right.
So for me, it actually taught me that women actually, and my wife, I have a wife and 3 daughters, they taught me about the power of the woman.
Right.
Let's face it, today's all about the woman. but it really did, from the sort of that old dichotomy, it was a man's world. It's changed now, but my wife and my 3 daughters taught me that women really do have a strong work ethic. And back in L'Oreal days, it changed. So we were all about getting the best in that industry. And it turned out to be ladies were better than men at that particular industry. So.
Interesting. Very interesting. Now, did you ever get involved with any specific entrepreneur ventures?
Yes. It's funny. My career stemmed all the way through corporate life. I was in sales marketing, management, all facets. But for me, you reach a point when you're in corporate life, you say, there has to be something else.
Yes.
Right?
That was me 10 years ago.
So all of us get through that stage and go, I got to get out of here. I've been doing this for a long time. For me, personally, it was, I want to try something different. So I started a toy company.
Oh.
I lived in Chicago. We invented a toy.
How cool.
It was like in a doorway. We had a design that we made swings and teeter-totters and a bunch of things. We actually went to the toy show, started a company, had shares of stocks, and it eventually failed, like many do. But it was an eye-opener to the intricate process of being on your own.
Yeah.
And I was involved in the sales end of it and marketing end of it. But for me, it was a lot of fun creating a product and then marketing a product out into the real world, if you will.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so that was one of...
Similar to my background, actually. But
you did the same thing, yeah?
Yeah, well, not toys, but other stuff. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah. I did ice cream stores. I had a couple of ice cream stores.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we made homemade ice cream. But yeah, I think those in sales are always looking at, what other things can I do, right?
Mm-hmm. Always
How can I
looking for the
change
next idea to make you millions, right?
Yeah, make it creative, yeah.
So what got you involved in real estate then, with all this other background that you have?
So after companies failed, and then about 12 years ago, my wife and I decided, well, we've always vacationed here in Florida. Why not come to Florida? So we moved down here, and one of my relatives, my sister-in-law, she had a family business in new home construction. and that was called Sun Tree Homes. They brought me on board,
Okay.
and that's where I actually learned all about new home construction, scattered lot production, really all the facets of everything concerning building.
Right.
So for me, it was a whole new venture, exciting, and we started in the acreage, and then
Oh,
at Port
okay.
St. Lucie. So for probably about 4 years, I did that. Worked in a small family environment and
very
built
cool.
homes, custom homes.
Very cool.
And then from there, it led me to the Ritz-Carlton
Oh, wow.
in Jupiter.
Wow.
So I went from
Fancy.
family business, yeah. So I went to the Ritz-Carlton, which was, most people heard the Ritz-Carlton name, but what they may not know is they teach, and their training centers are spectacular. They have a
Yes.
Ritz-Carlton College that they teach you about customer service.
Yep.
And the Ritz-Carlton brand is known for luxury around the world.
There's a whole book about it.
Yes, there is.
Yep.
And so for me, it was one of those learning adventures about how to move my career further, about now getting into real estate, but now on high end with membership, with club, and million-dollar homes.
Smart.
So it took me from sort of like learning about building now to about membership clubs and all about the next level, which was customer service at a real high level of experience. So that was a great experience for me as well.
That's wonderful, yeah, because so now you're doing D.R. Horton and Emerald Homes, and
Yes.
those are two different level. They're both higher end, or
Yeah.
ultimately they're beautiful homes. So tell us about those homes and what sets them apart from the competition
So
out there.
the
builders.
D.R. Horton background is we're the largest builder in America, and for me, I got into that through just a referral, and was sent to a community that was not doing well. So they were saying, "Oh, come in, try this," and I guess they were figuring if you can make it here, you're
Sink or swim, baby.
yeah, you'll make it. And I was intrigued by it. They are the largest builder in America, and they're known for value.
Right.
So D.R. Horton, I think one of the unique things about D.R. Horton, the company, forget about being the largest builder, one of the unique things is that we have just about every platform or lifestyle that really customers are looking for.
Right.
And you and I came in contact many years ago with the Keller Williams influence.
Exactly.
And because of that, I mean, it opened up sort of the avenues for me to get involved with the realtors on a high level.
Right.
The fact that most people don't know, Horton's business nationally is about 70% in conjunction with realtors.
Wow.
So if you look at the realtors that are out there looking, we are pro realtors. You'll attest to
Yes,
that.
absolutely they are.
And I think the nice thing about the marketing aspect of D.R. Horton is they allow us to get involved and do programs where you and I have done marketing events together, where we'll sponsor events, or we'll do your wellness, or we'll do painting, whatever it is. They
Right.
want us to do that, and so we take it to another level, I think, compared to the other builders
Yes,
that are
yes,
out
you
there
do.
in terms
Definitely
of
do.
participation.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
Yes.
You like, to get involved in that.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes no, right? It's like, not another event.
right. No, there's lots of wonderful events out there though to get involved with. But so how could people get a hold of you? What's the best way that they not only you can contact him even through me if you
Sure.
need him, but
Really, the
personally.
best way is, as Jillian said, is to go through you, and then we like to all the business through.
'Cause then we have that relationship.
Yeah, and you'll find that we partner a lot. So that partnering today is a nice way where if you have something, I can fit whatever that lifestyle is. One of the nice things that we have in our business, if you want country club environment, you want high-end with Emerald Homes, you want price, whatever it is, we probably have it.
Right.
And then we can work together on sort of finding that need, putting the house together,
Yep.
and then getting that customer that new home.
Exactly.
But to answer your question directly, is the way to get a hold of us is through Jillian, or my direct number is 561-644-5639. That's my cell phone number. And after meeting this lovely lady, I'm going to probably move to the next level with the websites and all that, because she's teaching me how to do some of this marketing
Nice
ideas.
techie age in
Yeah,
here,
techie
yes.
age that I need to really expand my horizons on.
Yeah,
So,
I'll definitely help you with that gladly. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining me today.
thank you for
and,
asking me here.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's my pleasure. So thank you so much, and we'll be right back.
Bye.
Welcome back to Today with Jillian. And as you know, I do a tip of the week every single week regarding to real estate. And this week it's about the benefits of pricing your home at market value. So this is for you sellers out there. And this would be true for any market, whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, because there are definitely sellers who think, oh, well, it's a seller's market, so I'm going to price my home high and it'll still sell. That is a very inaccurate concept. It does not happen at all. I've even personally taken listings that are too high and they sit on the market. They don't sell until I talk to the seller about reducing the price. And once we get it reduced to where it's supposed to be at market value, that's when it will sell. So I'm one of the realtors who I definitely push the boundaries of working at getting you top dollar for your property. And yet we still can't get over really what it's worth because it won't appraise and buyers aren't going to pay for it. So they will pay for market value though. They don't mind. But even more so, it's the bank, and majority of the buyers right now, maybe 90% if not more, are going to need financing. So the bank has to make it appraise. So no matter what, your home has to be priced properly in order for it to sell. And if you need any additional ideas on how to get top dollar though for your home, contact me at www.todaywithjillian.com and we can discuss that, because I can help you stage, I can help you get everything set up and knowing what you need to do to get top dollar for your home and also sell it. I typically sell homes within the first 14 days of being on the market. That's my average. So if you want top dollar and to sell it fast, give me a buzz. But also, so the listing for the week right now is a home in Sandpiper Bay. Anyone in this area of Port St. Lucie definitely knows that area. It's a beautiful area that homeowners keep up the community beautifully, and they're not even part of an HOA, so they in essence don't have to, yet they always do. It's just one of those areas that people definitely keep up. But the address is 2433 Southeast Sistina Street in Port St. Lucie. And this property is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the part of the main house. Then it actually has a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, completely fully furnished apartment. It has a bedroom, a kitchenette, dining area, bathroom, closet. It even has a little desk area. So it's literally an apartment. Then on the back end, it has a fully screened in pool. It has a Florida room that's more an outdoor Florida room with a covered patio, beautiful trees, and a very nice size yard. It's an oversized lot. It also has a really big shed that it actually fits cars in it. You have a ramp that you could drive a 1 car into it. So it's about a 12 by 20 shed because there is no garage, because they did convert the garage to be part of the apartment. But the home is beautiful. It has tile throughout with laminate flooring in the bedrooms, granite in the kitchen with wood cabinets, lots of storage space. It's a really nice layout. And like I said, it's in a great community. It's kind of on like a corner of the street, so very safe and private. And it's just a safe street for kids, to play around, so they won't get hit by the incoming traffic of cars. But yeah, it's just a great piece of property. And if you're interested in that or any other properties that we have, come visit me at todaywithjillian.com. And you'll have to contact me to get the price of that listing. So I'm going to start not telling people so that they can call me in case they're interested. But give us a buzz today. Go onto the website. Ask us your questions. I'm going to be answering questions every single week. And some of them are going to be parts of the tip of the week. And if I don't, we will respond to you on our Facebook page, which is todaywithjillian.com. And we look forward to seeing you and hearing from you soon. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Hightower from Dancing with the Star.
And I'm Jonathan Roberts.
And you are watching WRP BITV.
Go.
Hey, what's up,